welcome back, guys. Welcome back to yet another video. You're probably wondering what's going on with my face. What's this thing on my face? Do not be too shocked. In true celebration of Women's Month, I decided we're thinking, let me just be honest, and this is it. This is my honesty. Like, I love girls that do things like this on their faces, and yeah, if I were honest in my appearance about how I feel inside, I too would be walking around like this. Okay, so here's my story. This isn't perfect lighting. In fact, I have that on, and I am sitting by the window. Okay, you just have to take my word for it. I'm sitting by the window, and I'm trying to make this the best as I can. I braided these myself, by the way. I know they're not the bestest, but they're not the worst either. I did this myself, and look at the length. It keeps going. It keeps going. This is how long they are. I did that. Anyway, so currently my current battle right now as a woman in South Africa is I started a small business. It's a marketing brand. We market art, um, we market creativity, and we also work with, or would like to work with, lifestyle creators. That is where we are. But I'm quickly realizing how we have to start marketing businesses as well, because there's just no money. And I don't have any investors, I don't have investments, I'm unemployed, I don't have money. So it don't get better than this. It does not get better than this. But you know what? Actually, I would love your support. I would love it incredibly. Just search Art God on all your favorite platforms and hit that follow button. Please, it would mean so much. But my current story as a woman living in South Africa, outside of that is phew, I am struggling with my sexuality so bad. And it's not in the sense that, oh, you're lesbian and you don't want to come out or you don't know where to start. No, it's not in that sense at all. I am struggling with my sexuality because I am heterosexual. I'm attracted to men, and I know that this is bad. This is very bad. In fact, it's predatory, which is why I have not acted on these thoughts. But I'm attracted to men, as I said, but I don't want to be in a relationship with a man. In fact, I wish almost daily that I was attracted to women. In fact, it's predatory. And you know what, Neil? When you walk around with those thoughts, you start looking at women very differently. But it doesn't matter how much I try and force it out of myself, it always comes back the same. I don't like women like that. I don't even think I could get I don't even think I would allow a woman to touch me like that. Like, I just think it would be incredibly uncomfortable, and it would feel like I am betraying myself. But I am celibate. I've been celibate for 6 years now, and I just, you guys, I've been celibate for 6 years now, and this year, actually, this would be the sixth year. And March 1st, I would be 6 months, 6 years celibate. But then I remember at the start of this year, January, I was like, come March 1st, I'm just gonna break my celibacy and try and get into the dating game, try dating people, and just be that girl. No, no, by June, I was like, there's a reason why I'm not dating any of these guys, and I would appreciate it if it stayed like that, because they're weird as hell. These men are weird. I don't want none of that energy anyway near me. And so, as a 26-year-old living in South Africa, I've come to accept the fact that I am a left behind woman, I think is what they call Kilifetwa ka Sesotho. Not only that, it's okay if I get called barren because I will not be having any children. I will not be having kids. I will not be allowing a man to stick his wee wee inside of my hoo ha at all. And not only that, I don't think that there's any decent men out there. And I'm not talking internet talk. Like, I'm not talking about the things that men come out to and do on the internet, things that we see on the internet. I'm talking real life things, because I understand that a lot of people are like me. I am not who I on social media. I am a completely different person than I am in real life. I do not allow those two worlds to ever be the same, or to like do this ever. Online, I'm a different person. In real life, I'm a different person too. It's important to have boundaries. It is important to have boundaries. But again, with this channel, obviously, I'm honest because I share my honest thoughts. And so, you guys, I guess this is a third type of me, because it all mainly comes from here, but there's also a bit of this too. So, that's what you guys are getting when you listen to me talk. But I genuinely wish that I was attracted to women, because they're the only people who've ever treated me nice. Men just treat me like, listen, I don't even know what to call it or how to call it, but it's like you feel objectified. You feel like an object. And in my city, the dating pool is so small, because I live in a small city. Well, it's a metropolitan, but it's quite small. Even economically, it's not performing at competitive levels with other metropolitans. It's just a small place. It's nothing but farms. Oh man, I live in a small, big place. I don't know. It's incredible, and I am in black spaces. I do not interact with spaces outside black spaces, because, and this is not a lie, this place, the city that I live in, it is mainly known for how racist it gets against black people. It's like everybody else against black people. It's just a thing that happens, and it's so widely accepted that when people do it, it's not even seen as a problem anymore. It's just, oh, that happened. It doesn't even, like, people when people catch it on the news, it's like, oh my god, that happened, and we're just like, is that shocking? Like, it's just a thing that happens here, and we're known for it. So it's like, why would you even try? Just, and on top of that, not only are you black, you're like dark skinned. And like, I'm not colorblind, I'm not complexion blind. I know that I am on the fairer side of the dark skinned spectrum. Yes, I'm on the fairer side of the dark skinned spectrum, because again, this is what my hands look like, and hands are your biggest giveaway. And even like the shade of your face with black hair, that also says a lot. So I understand, and that's a privilege in and of itself. Okay, and the fact that I get to be this dark skinned with this sized nose, like, look up, can you, this is the nose that I have with this complexion. I know that I am incredibly lucky. These two things actually, um they show just how lucky I am, because trust me, that is a thing. You cannot, I don't know about other places or other spots in South Africa, but I know in Bloemfontein, you cannot be dark skinned and have a big nose and still be considered pretty. Like, you need to have a redeeming factor, and unfortunately, having these two things like this, it cuts you off, it cuts you out. And that is the dating pool. These are the standards that we work with. These are the standards that we are going by. And, like, not to sound, I'm just going to be honest. Um, I remember a guy telling me that, oh, you're so lucky, you're pretty. Because then I wouldn't work with you. And then another one was like, oh yeah, because he was, I guess, greeting me, and I was like, hi. And he was like, I'm doing you a favor by saying hi and you're gonna act like you're better than me. Ugly as you are, you fat B word. I've had women come for me because of my skin tone. Like, I've had women tell me just how ugly I am because I'm dark skinned. I've had women older than me say some really colorist, really disgusting things. And that's another thing. I don't know, but for some odd reason, I just seem to really annoy the frick out of dark skinned women. Like, out of older women. Like, an older woman would see me, and I guess she's like, oh, okay, this girl. But as soon as we get to interacting, like, I promise you, I will not last more than an hour in that lady's good books. Like, give it an hour. Give it an hour for it to fade off. For guys, it's typically longer. Like, I will have a guy like me, but then after 2 months, he's like, not interested anymore. So I guess I just have this energy that just ticks people off. I need these women, especially considering I'm a growing woman myself. I'm 26 and I've had this since I was a teenager. And it's especially worse when it comes from teachers, people who are supposed to be teaching you in some capacity, even at school, literally. And that's why I actually started noticing it. I noticed this energy at school. Oh, damn, this is how women react to me. The very first woman who displayed this was a teacher in primary. I was in third grade, and I noticed her behavior in third grade, but then in fourth grade she began teaching me, and so I had to see her every freaking day. And I don't wish her well. Like, she needs to stay away from me, okay? And even if she sees me in the streets, she shouldn't even acknowledge me, because there's just too much in here that's just waiting for an opportunity to come out. And I just wish she wouldn't give me that opportunity, because I'm gonna hate myself. It's all just terrible, honestly. And then it just became a pattern from there. And then I at first thought it was a thing that only happened at school, but then, like, you have communities outside of school. You have church, you have friends, you have your friends' moms, you have all these different people, these different communities that you're in, and it's like, okay, okay. And it's not even about, because like I said, I keep to black spaces. I'm typically in black spaces, and so I thought, okay, maybe it's black people who have an issue with me, and it's black women. Maybe I just kind of tick them off somehow. No, no, no. Okay, that is it. That is my two piece. Let's listen to other women and their stories from TikTok.
One thing I will never understand is the hate that Xhosa women get. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, can someone explain to me why Xhosa women have such a terrible reputation? Because, like, people say that we love money, we're loud, we're rude, we're not nice people, which doesn't make sense to me. Because where's this coming from? Like, where's this coming from? Like, I need somebody to explain this to me. Because when I see a Xhosa woman personally, I see someone who is very passionate and expresses themselves well. And then when we do that, you guys get mad and you go, oh, no, she's aggressive and she's loud and she's mean and rude. Johnny, like, somebody needs to explain it to me, because you guys are haters.
Something they don't tell you about studying at UNISA is the fact that your lecturers will abandon you. When they say you're going to teach yourself, you're actually going to teach yourself the whole year. From January until November, you will hear nothing from your lecturers. You could be studying the most difficult module you've ever had in your life. the most math heavy module you've ever dealt with, and there will be no communication, no explanation on assignments, no notes, no nothing from your lecturer the whole year. You are truly expected to do everything yourself. So if you're thinking about going to study at uni, so just like keep that in the back of your mind.
My mother wasn't crazy, but number one, my mother wasn't crazy, but she'd always body shame me in front of her male friends. Number two, my mother isn't crazy, but there was a time where my sister got a hangover because my mom gave her alcohol. And she was like, what? 7 years old. Number three, my mother's not crazy, but she would offer me weed. Number four, my mother's not crazy, but she was a time when she was hitting me for mazamba. She was hitting me for chips that got eaten in the house. She saw that I wasn't reacting to how she was beating me, so she wanted to beat me while I was naked. Number five, my mother's not crazy, but you guys see a broom, smaller where you hold the broom. My mother would put that in my little sister's hole. She'd put it in her butthole. Yeah. Number six, my mother's not crazy, but there's a time where she was taking turns to beat me up with her friend. Number seven, my mother's not crazy, but every time me or my sister, but mostly my sister, when we'd enter our puberty stage, she would body shame us. Yeah. Like, why are your boobs growing so fast? Wobble, stuff like that. Number eight, there's a time when my mom beat me up because I had tension and I didn't tell her. Number nine, there's a time when my mom wanted to get my phone unlocked, but like not from me. She wanted someone to professionally unlock it because I was refusing to give her my password. Number 10, my mother wasn't crazy, but there was a time where she drowned my head in the toilet. She drowned my head in the toilet because she had lost the 50 rand and she thought it was me. Yeah. Number 11, my mother wasn't crazy, but there was a time where she called the police on me. Yeah. Number 12, my mother's not crazy, but there's a time where I think that's all. I think that's it. If I remember more, I'll make another video. But yeah.
Everyone, my name is Akira and I'm a 17-year-old female residing in Cape Town. So this video is me spreading awareness about the safety and well-being of the women in our country, and with that being said, I will be sharing my story, and I hope that with my story being shared I can create more awareness and also receive some help. Okay, so in December 2025, right, there was an incident that happened, and I'm not comfortable disclosing all the information, so I will be saying what I am comfortable with. So there was an incident that happened at my house, and we called the police, right? And after that, a case was opened for domestic assault or domestic violence, and a protection order was issued as well, right? It was accepted. And after that happened, this person, I don't know if you're comfortable saying who, was detained or arrested, kept in custody, and eventually he appeared in trial or in court, and they allowed him to be released on bail. However, the bail condition was that he was not allowed to reside by us anymore. Okay, so he was released on bail. That was in December 2025. In January 2026, he came to live with us again. He claimed that he did not get an eviction notice, so that allows him to continue living with us, right? And in that time that he came to live with us again, he always got drunk almost every single day and consistently intimidated us, consistently verbally abused my mother. And whenever I would call the police station to ask for a van to come, because I always told them there is a protection order, he's violating the protection order, then they would tell me that they are going to send a van, and then I would end up waiting about 2 hours, 1.5 hour minimum, just for a police van to come to my house. And obviously, I am scared. You know, it's just my mother and I and my little siblings, and we are females. And obviously, this man is bigger than us, and it's easy for him to intimidate us because we don't know what he's capable of. And for me to just wait so long for a van to be sent to my house, I just feel like there needs to be awareness about this, because what if something happened to me in that time that I was waiting for a van to be sent? Even though, yes, they did do their job by sending a van, I just feel as though that doesn't guarantee my safety, because we call the police, and we trust them to protect us. But where is the protection if there's no urgency in such matters, you know? Okay, so now fast forward. In March 2025, there was a court date, and he was told that he violated or deviated from the bail condition by coming to live with us again, and that he needs to stay at the address he gave them, the address he gave the court for his bail condition. So in March 2026, he moved out of our house and has been residing at that residence until this date, August 2026. And in the time that said person has been residing at that residence, said person has consistently been having intimidating behavior towards my mother. Okay, so moving on. So there was this one day even where my mother was driving, she was on her way home, and he decided to drive her car off of the road. And fast forward to today, regardless of all of those other harassment things that happened throughout the year and his intimidating behavior, he used to get so drunk when he lived by us in the middle of the night. He would come home drunk. He would come home whenever he wants to, and he always came home like drunk. And he would wake my mother up in the middle of the night and force her to have a conversation with him. And even when she told him, I am tired, I do not want to talk to you, I do not feel comfortable talking to you, he would still force his way. And if she didn't want to talk to him, he would get angry. Or for example, with this whole assault case and the protection order, he would constantly try to intimidate my mother by telling her that she should just take away the charges against him, because the court is anyways going to throw it out and no one is going to take it seriously. So she might as well just cancel it because she's the one that's going to lose. And on Saturday, the 8th of August, my mother was visiting a friend's house. And this was at night, by the way. It was around 7 o'clock. But as you know, it's winter, it's dark outside already. She was in a friend's house when she heard that said person was calling her and what do you call this, shaking the friend's gates, right? So then she looked through the window and said person threw bricks at her car. And today we were at court. I won't disclose all of the information, but basically this man was allowed bail again. Only 800 rand bail, and the previous assault case was a 500 rand bail. And not just that, but he's not liable for any of the damage he did. His alibi is that he was at a pub, but he was literally seen by 4 people smashing the windows. And to conclude my whole video, I just wanted to say my mother and I have been struggling to get justice, have been struggling to just get help, to feel safe in our own household, and to feel protected for 8 months. This case has been going on for 8 months, and it literally feels like it's not going anywhere. It literally feels like we are not being taken seriously at all. Because, especially with today's court date, it just feels like everything to do with this whole harassment and assault thing, everything to do with this intimidating behavior is just always dismissed. Whenever I call the police to come to our house when he was being intimidating and showing violent behavior, he was let go on a warning, even though he was literally violating the protection order. So I just feel like, what is the point of us women even trying to have a protection order when no one is going to try to protect us? What is the point of us having a justice and policing system when no one is actually going to protect us with it? Right now, it literally feels like the only time when a woman's health, when a woman's safety, when a woman's well-being in this country is going to be considered is when we are flipping deceased and nothing can be done about it. Right now, it literally feels like no woman in this country is going to be taken seriously for domestic assault, for domestic violence, for verbal abuse, unless you can physically see the scars, the marks on their faces. And I just want to ask, I just hope this video can be spread to the right audience so that we can please raise awareness that we are not doing enough for the women in our country. The women in our country are not protected enough. And it's not just to do with the perpetrators, it's to do with the fact that so many women, they just keep quiet, they give up because so many times we are just dismissed. We are just dismissed. And I feel like we should do more to protect the women of our country. No woman should feel unsafe in her own house. No woman should constantly call the police and wait hours just to get a van and then just be dismissed because we need help. We need to be seen. We need to be heard. We need protection as women. We need protection. My mother and I, every woman, we need protection. No one deserves this treatment. No one deserves to only be taken seriously once they are dead. Thank you.